Victoria's Health Minister has taken the unusual step of naming and shaming anti-vaccination campaigners who've threatened and abused her. Check this out.
2 words: dirty dog. This one's from Karl. You should get all the poison vaccines the child get in one shot. Hope you get cancer soon. Thanks, Karl. She's either aware of the risks involved in vaccinations and doesn't care, which makes her a weak, callous person, or she is just dumb, dumb, dumb. Just a tip, Linda, dumb is spelt with a B at the end.
Whoa, Jill Hennessey joins me now from Melbourne. Good morning, Minister.
Good morning, Karl.
I don't like the way you say Karl. That wasn't me, all right?
I can confirm that the surname was not Stefanovic, so you're in the clear.
Thank you, Minister, thank you. Why did you choose to go so public with this?
Look, I think 2 reasons. The first is more generally, I've got a concern that we keep pushing the line when it comes to, civil political debate. And I think we see it in the context of the United States election. Certainly as a politician, you've got to have a thick skin. And I'm absolutely up for full and frank feedback, and I certainly get a lot of it. But I do think that we've actually got to start putting a bit of a light on where the boundaries might be. Second issue, and one that's really close to my heart, is we've been doing a lot of work here in Victoria to try and grow the vaccination rates of our children. And the anti-vaccination movement, I wanted to shine a light on their techniques and activities and really make the point. Are these the people you want to get advice about the well-being of your children from? Talk to a GP, not to these people on the internet who are organised and pretty vitriolic.
They are organised, and you're right, they are vitriolic. I guess by doing this, though, you might encourage more trolls.
Look, some of these are emails and some are online, and I know there's always this great debate about whether or not you give them attention and oxygen or whether you ignore them. But my real concern is that these are people that are out telling parents that it's not safe to vaccinate your children, despite all of the really important clinical advice that vaccinations save lives. And I suppose I wanted to highlight the fact that don't take medical advice from people that behave in this kind of way, and to really send a message to these people that you won't stop people like me and all of the other wonderful people in our health system that are working so hard to grow vaccinations, who also are often the subject of abuse and attack as well.
You've been threatened and abused in all kinds of hateful ways. Does it take its toll on you personally?
Look, when you're the health minister, you certainly have days where things feel like they're pretty overwhelming. And, I must admit, I do have the occasional day where I think, what would it be like to sell thermomixes for a living? But I think the sun always rises. The sun always rises, and you get up again. But I do think we've got to start challenging people that really cross the boundaries, I think, of good taste. I mean, we want a passionate and full and frank political debate, but having people that sit behind typing acid and sending it off into the world, I think sometimes we've got to shine a light on it and say, I'm not going to cop it, you're not going to influence the political debate, and we want people to vaccinate their children, irrespective of the kind of nonsense that you email.
Good on you for saying that too. And it's tough for a lot of people out there, and when they see the messages coming from these anti-vaxxers. What's your message to people out there when they see these kind of messages on the internet, when they're approached by these people who are very proactive?
Look, take your medical advice from a GP. Vaccinations absolutely save lives, and if you don't vaccinate your child, you're taking a risk with their health and the health of others in the community. People that have a look at these messages they send to me. Is this really a credible source of medical information? Talk to your GP. Don't talk to people that are, really vitriolic people on the internet, and look after your children.
Jill, when are you running for Premier?
I'm not. I'm certainly the challenges of... Can I just emphasise, Karl, there's absolutely no nervousness in my laugh whatsoever. I'm really happy being health minister, and boy, I know our Premier gets a bit of full and frank feedback as well. And you've got to be up for it in a sense, but I do think that these people cross the line and they're peddling really dangerous information, and I just want to send a message to parents. Don't take your advice from these kind of people on the internet. Talk to your GP. Vaccinations save lives. And occasionally we've got to say, you know, we say to our kids all the time, behave responsibly online. Yet many adults, I think, don't really walk the talk. And I'm going to keep highlighting where people are hypocritical about that.
Good on you, Jill. Nice to talk to you.
Cheers.
Take care.
Lovely to talk to you,
It's a great
Karl.
Aussie kitchen behind it too, isn't it?
Excellent.